Welcome to the Sports Drink Club.
Did you really just start it?
Yeah, we really just started. Let me start over again.
Okay.
Welcome to the Sports Drink Club. I am your host, Patrick Melton, along with my co-host, Keenan Duke, and we are here on a Tuesday.
Going up on a Tuesday. Whatever happened to him?
I really don't know what happened
I
to
love McConan. I'm not
I.
gonna lie.
Is
I
it
was
I
messing with him
Heart
for a hot
McConan
minute.
or is it
No, it's
I Love?
I love McConan.
Okay, all right, that's what
I,
I thought.
I used to I used to mess with him hard. Like I used to love his songs.
Hey, I did like I Love McConan, but we are here. Um, Gonna be getting started. I understand, Keaton, that you want to get something off your chest. Is that understandable?
This is correct because the St. Louis Blues just beat the San Jose Sharks to
Boo,
advance to
boo.
the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time since 1970. I've never seen them in the finals before. Like they were last time they were in the finals, my parents were 10.
Wow,
My brother wasn't even born. I wasn't even a remotely a thought.
bro, you
Uh,
weren't even a twinkle in Marcellus's eye. You were not any. You were not even a thought.
I don't even know if my dad's eyes could twinkle at that point.
Probably not.
That's how long ago. That's how long it's been since the St. Louis Blues have been in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Well, game one is on Memorial Day, and shout out
Yep.
to all you veterans out there. I hope that you guys enjoy a great Memorial Day, and I think that we may do an episode on that day. We're not going to work, and could be a good
This is
day to
true.
pop a little episode. Give a little commemorative Memorial Day type episode. That could be kind of cool.
It could be. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
We'll
Maybe
definitely
we'll
figure.
drop an episode. Although people will probably be busy as hell on Memorial Day, huh?
Yeah, well, I know that my favorite Memorial Day food is hamburgers and bratwurst and sausages and stuff. So you already know I'm going to be cooking out on Memorial Day. You know what time it is. Also, by the way, the St. Louis Blues will be playing the Boston Bruins, okay, in game one on the 27th. Um, but Keenan, what are you going to be doing for Memorial Day? You cooking out or
I have no idea. I honestly didn't know that Memorial Day was this coming Monday
what's going on in your brain?
until yesterday. I know I had no like I've never been the type of person to like keep up with like holidays, like these small ones like Memorial Day or like President's Day. Like I don't know any of those. I never keep track of those. So like they always spring up on me. People are like, "So what are you doing this weekend?" I'm like, I don't know." They're like, "It's Memorial Day weekend. What, you're not doing anything?" I'm like, "Oh, I had no idea. Thanks for telling me."
Oh, well, it is Memorial Day on the 27th. I hope that everyone has a safe one. But we want to come we got a few topics to talk about. We're going to be going over some NBA basketball. We're going to be talking about Matthew Bowling, by far the fastest kid on the planet at this moment in time. Even faster than my little 7-year-old guy that I like following, my boy Blaze the Great. Which
He's 7, dude. Of
I
course he's gonna
know,
be faster than him.
bro. Blaze the Great. We'll get on him, but
Blaze the
Matthew,
Great.
if you have not seen Matthew Bowling, he is a absolute stud out of Houston Strake. We'll be talking about him tonight. Of course, we'll be going over our bold predictions that we made on opening day and seeing where we're at on track for that. And then, of course, we're going to be talking about the NBA lottery and the best tweets and the reactions of fans that are New York Knicks fans. Okay, I'm sorry you didn't get Zion.
Sorry guys. Sorry guys.
He's going to New Orleans, guys. So I'm sorry. He's a Pelican. I feel bad. I mean, any of those New York Knicks fans out there, I'm sorry right now. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but why in the hell did you think that you actually had a chance? All the stuff that's happened,
Why wouldn't they think they were gonna have a chance?
everything that's happened to their franchise, it was bound to happen. Why did they even get their hopes up? Why did the media even get their hopes up?
If you were a Knicks fan, you would have got your hopes up too. I feel like we might as well just go
14%.
ahead and jump into this.
I would have got my hopes up 14% because that was
Let's
a chance.
let's just get into this right now then, since we're talking about it so much. Like what? Like
nah, nah,
why
nah.
not?
We'll talk about that later. First thing is first. The Warriors swept, okay, the Portland Trailblazers in the Western Conference Finals, and it was an incredible game last night. As you saw Steph Curry drop another 30-pointer. You saw Draymond Green with another triple double. Clay Thompson with some clutch shots last night, and
Mm-hmm.
they did it all without Kevin Durant. Now,
Did you see how ESPN like hopped on Charles Barkley because they're like, Charles, we want to take you back to some things that you said about the Golden State
mhm,
Warriors before, they're like, and he was just like, the Golden State Warriors will not advance past
that's
blah blah blah
exactly
plus
right.
blah 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 without KD, and they've literally made it to the to the finals without KD.
No
He
problem.
was like, I was 100% wrong. All kudos go to Golden State Warriors. At least he owned up to it.
Yeah, Charles Barkley going and backtrack, okay, because his pick was just as bad as his golf swing. Okay, I'm gonna let you know that off the jump right now. He was totally wrong. I don't know why all these media guys, all these big talking heads who are making way more money than us, okay,
Mm-hmm.
are even going as far as saying that if the Warriors advance and the Bucks make it, that the Warriors are not going to be able to beat the Bucks without Kevin Durant. I'm sorry, man.
I think the Warriors have proven that they can beat anybody. It
Any
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
any style of basketball you want to play, they can play it. Any sort of, strategy that the other team wants to bring, it doesn't matter. Matchups, all that stuff. They just play better basketball. They play a better brand of basketball, and they've been doing it for a really long time. And let me tell you exactly why they've been doing it like this is because their core group of guys understand each other. Okay. When it
Mm-hmm.
comes to Clay, when it comes to Steph, when it comes to Draymond, those guys all came up in this, not in the same draft, but within a 3 year span. Okay.
Yeah.
And them adding other players, okay, who were maybe number one players on their other team or number two players on their other team, like a Andre Iguodala, like a Sean Livingston, okay, and these guys mold together and they play a brand of basketball that makes it fun. They
Mm-hmm.
defer. They shoot the big shots when need be. They're selfless. They play defense. Okay. This is something that a lot of teams do not do in the NBA, whether you like it or not. They have great individual talent on the team, but those guys can't make it happen, all right, when it matters. And the Warriors have been doing it time and time again with all the doubt on Clay, with all the doubt on Steph Curry, with all the doubt on Draymond Green. Fun fact, this year, NBA peers voted that Draymond Green and Russell Westbrook were the most overrated players in the league. Now,
Seriously?
swear, okay?
The players voted on this?
Players voted this, bro.
Man, that's kind of a messed up like poll to be having players vote on. Like, who's most overrated? Like, that's like so backhandish. Seriously? If I was in that poll, I'd be like, who is voting for me? Like,
Well, and that's
I'd
the
be kind of
thing.
hot.
And that's the thing is that Draymond Green, he didn't particularly play well this year, statistics wise. He had some injuries. I think that he was just a little bit in a slump. I don't think that it was
Mm-hmm.
anything that was, uh, where he's, where his age or anything is taking a factor, or
He just had a down year. Everyone
stamina
has
is
him.
taking a factor. Yeah, he had a down year with a team that still was the number one seed overall in all
Mm-hmm.
of the NBA. Okay,
Yeah. And there's something else too that he brings to that team that I don't think can be overlooked, which is just I don't know, like his kind of toughness. I think he brings a certain quality of toughness to that team to where if they didn't have him, I think they'd be missing that, and that might be the one knock against the Golden State Warriors. Like, because you just said like they can play any style of basketball,
any
which
style.
I don't know if they would be able to play like the super physical style of basketball if not for Draymond Green.
Absolutely. I think that Draymond Green brings that he is the heart and soul of this team. He is the glue of this team. He is the mouth for this team, obviously, as him and Kevin Durant lead the team in technical fouls because they're always talking. Um,
Which
a
is kind
lot
of,
of
it seems like such a dichotomy where Draymond Green and Kevin Durant, like, because Kevin Durant's always had this, like, nice guy image.
remember when we were talking about Kevin Durant in earlier episodes, okay? and with the burner accounts and all that stuff. The guy is extra sensitive, bro. I'm trying to tell you right now, like he's the first one to pop off. Like imagine one of your friends, okay, that you know that you control on a regular basis to the point where he's just like, all right, man, you know what? I'm done with you. I'm done with you. All y'all, forget all y'all. It's like, and then you in the back, Keenan, you're like, man, what did I do? I didn't do anything. He's that guy right there.
He's like King Petty, just goes off of anybody in the room.
Anybody, bro. Keenan, you just like, or an innocent bystander, you walked out into the living room with a glass full of Kool-Aid and you have no idea what's going on. And he's like, yeah, and you too, Keenan. You're like, what the hell did I do? That's Durant, bro, in a nutshell, bro. I'm being really honest with you. And for anybody out there that's listening, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know the friend that I'm talking about, okay?
Everybody's got that one friend who just gets pushed to the edge and just like bust out on everybody.
He is that one friend. Everybody's playing basketball at the park. He's not having a great day. He's getting dogged out there on the court, okay? But guess whose ball it is? It's his. And when he's done, I'm done. I'm taking my ball too. What the heck? The ball too? F all you guys. That's him. That's Kevin Durant in a nutshell, bro. But some more. At a realistic point, though. At a realistic point, the Warriors can operate without Kevin Durant. Okay. They go back to a style of basketball that they were playing previous to Kevin Durant. Now, with having Kevin Durant on the court, it takes off a lot of pressure on Clay, on a Draymond, on a Steph Curry, because he is such a dynamic ISO player. He is just such a dynamic player, period, whatever offense you want to put him on. But on an ISO type situation, you know that he's going to get his regardless, okay? So all those other players have to be able to hit shots, which obviously they can. They've got a team full of shooters on that, on the roster, and they've got smart players who are selfless and want to actually, don't mind being a role player, okay? Don't mind being the second or the third or the fourth option. And I think that's why the Warriors have been so good every year, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And also that Steve Kerr was underneath the Greg Popovich coaching tree and Greg Popovich playing tree as well. I mean, he actually played for the guy too and won a championship. So their system is almost identical, for the exception of that he's got more shooters. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you really think about it, he's got the same pillars that someone like a Greg Popovich does, who had Tony Parker, point guard, Manu Ginobili, shooting guard or small forward, however you want to put it, and a power forward, Tim Duncan. Same thing.
Yeah.
Curry, Klay Thompson, same positions, and of course, power forward Draymond Green. Now, Draymond Green is not like
Tim Duncan. Yeah, no, not at all.
He brings a different dynamic than Tim Duncan ever had. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to say that one is better than the other. I'm just drawing a comparison to the core players, and those guys are going to be around for a real long time. Okay. And hey, I'm excited. Hopefully, I'm excited to see the Warriors in the finals. I really am. I think that it's going to be a great series.
So this is a fifth consecutive year that they've made it. Do you think that people are, well, I already know that people are sick of seeing them in the finals. How many more years do you think they can keep this up?
Honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm wanting to see it as many times as we can, because we haven't been able to see something like this since, I don't know,
Chicago Bulls and kind of like the Lakers.
No, even further back than that. There hasn't been 5 consecutive finals made since like the 50s Celtics. Now, I can't remember the exact year, maybe 56, 57, maybe 55, 56. We haven't seen this in a really long time, and I just know that people are sick and tired of the Warriors being in the finals. They want to see something different. But guess what, man? This is history, man. We haven't seen anything like this in a very long time. Not even the Chicago Bulls made 5 consecutive NBA finals. Okay, now LeBron James has. That's an individual. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
we're talking about a team, and this is something special for me, at least in my lifetime. Seeing something like this, a person who likes team basketball, a person that hates a ball hog at the rec center. I can't stand you guys. I'll never play with you guys. Okay. First off, when you start getting paid at the rec, holler at me. I'll quit my job tomorrow. You making 45K a year? I'll make 45K a year. I don't care. Oh, what are we doing? Oh, we play 3 times at the rec center and we get paid afterwards. If that ever happens, I'm quitting. I promise you. Stop hogging the ball and stop shooting just like Steph Curry because your shot ain't like that. Now, anyways.
Damn, you sound like KD just going off of innocent bystanders.
Man, I don't have no burner accounts, so I have no burner accounts, so. And you can catch us on the Sports Drink Club. That's Sports DRANK Club, and that is not a burner account. That is a real account of ours. We'll be keeping that up. But I hope to see the Warriors again and again. But realistically, to answer your question, do I see them doing this next year and the year afterwards? It just depends on who else that they bring in. It depends on the core three and how they continue to play. As they age, you're going to need younger players around them, which is actually happening at this moment in time right now, whether you think it or not. There's some great role players that are coming off the bench, whether it be Bell, whether it be McKinney. They've also got another cat, a Swedish cat, I can't think of the name off of my head, that are coming off the bench and contributing solid minutes, okay, with this team. It's a great system, and they want to all be around each other. So I anticipate that the Warriors will be back again next year, but let's just focus on this year and have fun and see what they do against either the Bucks or the Raptors, which now we can get into this. It is tied 2-2 tonight as the Raptors.
Yeah, Raptors came back and had them a good game.
Exactly right. They sure did, man. And I was actually
Giannis did not have a good game.
Giannis did not.
Those 2 free throw air balls.
Oh,
how you gonna airball on a free throw?
You know what? We gonna do a free throw challenge for you, bro.
For me,
basketball. Yep, we gonna do a basketball.
I can make free throws, bro. I'm not the best at basketball, but I can make a free throw.
I know you won't airball them.
I can make free throws, bro.
I never said that you can't make. I'm just saying.
Why would you challenge? Why'd you do a challenge then?
Because I kind of want to see a challenge, bro.
You like came at me like, oh, I'm so terrible at basketball that I can't even make free throws.
Okay, there was this one time that we were playing basketball over at Eastfield. I think you know what I'm about to say. There was one time we played basketball over at Eastfield where it was the baseball players or whatever. We were playing 5-on-5 full court, and you had stole the basketball. I was like, you were on my team. I was like, yeah, go, Keenan, go. Go, Keenan, go. And you were running so fast, but you dribbled past the ball. Like, you were dribbling and running, but the ball wasn't going with you as you were dribbling.
I did. That's why.
Period.
That's why I don't play basketball. I was like, I can't play basketball because I have to like throw the ball out like 5 feet in front of me so that by the time it bounces up, I'm there again. I was just terrible at like controlling that kind of thing, and like I would like break away and I'd go for a layup, but I was like going too fast to where like I would just like do a layup too hard against the backboard.
That probably happened to you that day too.
I think it did. Like I'm decent at defense. It's just I gotta get rid of the ball after that. Anyway,
but with the Raptors, to be quite honest with you, I knew that this series was going to end up being 2-2. This is something that I was actually speaking about with one of my buddies off the air. That when the Bucks went up 2-0. A lot of people were already counting out the Raptors, saying that this was a sweep. I knew that
I didn't think that was going to be the case.
This was going to be a sweep at all. I know that both of these teams play well at home, okay? And like I alluded to in an earlier episode that we had, the series does not start until someone loses at home. And it hasn't happened yet. I don't anticipate it happening yet. I really do think that it's going to be a 6 or 7 game series. If you want to put a sweet tea on it, We could definitely do it. But Giannis,
I don't want to do that.
no, that's fine. And and Giannis, tonight, didn't have his best game, but I anticipate that he's going to be right back into it.
Man, Drake was all over him during the game.
Bro, Drake. Talk about Drake real quick, bro. Talk about Drake real quick.
Drake was all on the sideline, just up and down, just being the biggest fanboy of all time.
Bro, Drake is not only the biggest fanboy, but he's also like one of the biggest. Bro, he does the most, bro. He is so extra, man. A couple seasons ago, he was trying to get at Doris Burke, the dang announcer that's on ESPN.
Oh, I remember that.
Middle-aged blonde lady, like wearing
Yeah,
shirts.
he was like, I love her.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Because he can.
Because he's bro, Drake, just sit down. Nobody stop it. Stop.
Sometimes I feel like he be reminiscing and just be wanting stuff so bad where it's like, come on, Drake, he kind of begging right now.
Bro, he has some weird fetishes, bro. I would hate to do a search in his history books. He got some weird stuff going on. Sports announcers, weird ladies with glasses on. Search. Bro,
He's like, I like her. I like her.
Yeah. Like she's an
attractive woman.
Yeah, she's an attractive older lady. But if you listen to her, I don't I guess what I'm trying to get at is where was his attraction? Was it her radio voice? Was it her announcer voice? Was it
might have been
her?
It might have been the whole package.
Was he just trying to get some clout? Like
maybe. I don't know. He seemed into her. He was like, hey, I like it. It might have just been one of those flirty type things, you know what I mean?
Well, apparently they did go on a date.
No way.
Look it up, bro.
For real?
And if y'all think I'm screaming fake news, look it up. And she didn't really give any details. She just said that her and his crew, or his crew, or her crew, or whoever.
What's her name again?
Doris Burke. Everybody look that up. Doris Burke and Drake. Okay. Yeah. That was one of Drake's weirdest moments. But to be honest with you,
that's so crazy.
I'm being really serious. Like the crazy thing about it is this series can go either way. All right. And I'm not just trying to give you some generic answer at this moment in time. I really do like Kawhi Leonard. I still think that he is the second best player in the NBA right now. And he could easily take over this series. That's if he can get some help from a Siakam, from a Gasol, from a Kyle Lowry. Okay. They all have to play well. All right. And I really do think that they are the better team. But I also believe that the Bucks have just been playing well all year, and it's going to be really hard for the Raptors to beat the Bucks at home. They've got to steal a series this weekend. They've got to get something on the road. If not, it's going to be a 7-game series, and guess who gets the home court advantage? The Bucks do, and they'll end up wrapping this thing up. But if Toronto can split, okay, then I think Toronto does have a chance of winning this series. If you want to get my honest, sweet tea opinion, give me the Raptors in 7.
Really?
Give me the Raptors in 7, man.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I don't know why I'm acting so surprised. Like, I think the Raptors are just as good as the Bucks. I think either one of them can win the series. But it's just like you said, like the home court advantage with the Bucks having that in the end in Game 7. I think that's like the kind of surprising part a little bit.
It is very surprising.
But I could see it definitely happening. I'm deciding whether I want to take you up on that, just to take you up on it.
I think that you're just still infatuated that Doris Burke actually went out on a date with Drake.
A little bit. I'm still thinking about that a little bit. But
that means that you got a chance, bro.
With Doris Burke?
You cuddly teddy bear type guy.
I am?
Yeah.
What, do people say that? Do girls say that about me?
I mean,
that I'm cute and cuddly?
This was said once to you in a group setting when we were all hanging out in Newport Beach, you, me, and Greg.
What was said? I don't remember.
He said that you were cute and like a teddy bear, and girls like you.
I'm
Plush, like a plush toy,
a plush.
like a beanie baby or something, you know?
I don't know how to respond to that. I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
I think it is.
What am I, like the most, like the least threatening human being on the planet?
Who said that beanie babies can't be threatening?
I don't know. It's funny. I mean, I'll take the compliment for sure.
Excuse
I
excuse me tonight, man. I do have a little bit of a cold, so I'm sniff. I got the sniffles.
we got
Shout
the
out to
Cameron
my
sniffles.
shout out to my man Cameron Barr.
Got the Cameron sniffles.
Cameron always used to be sniffing, bro, back in the day. That
For
fool
no
stayed-
reason.
That fool stayed with cold medicine and like like Cameron,
Like Cameron, why are you not over this cold yet?
Mr. Sniffles.
It's a perpetual sniffle all the time.
So, in other news, man, Ted Ginn Jr., NFL wide receiver. Everybody knows him. He was the first round pick to the Miami Dolphins. He came out this week on a tweet. He actually came out this week, period. Okay. And this is alluding to our boy Matthew Bowling, who is the fastest high schooler in the nation right now, fastest high schooler in the world at this moment.
Probably ever, right? Like,
And ever. I
that
mean,
kid's so fast.
dude's fast. And if anybody hasn't seen him, please look up Matthew Bowling. He is the new White Lightning. I don't know who the old White Lightning was, but he's the new one. Ted Ginn Jr. came out this week and said that he's got 10K that he can beat anybody. Okay. And we know who he was talking to, that he can beat anybody in a 100-meter dash. Now,
I don't know why he would say anybody. Like, that's a little bit outlandish. But
Well-
if he was just specifically talking about Matt Bowling, then okay. But to
probably
say
was talking about
everybody,
Matt Bowling.
well, yeah, he had to have been, because I don't think he can beat anybody. Like, come on, Ted Ginn, you ain't that fast.
Well, Ted Ginn Jr., all right, obviously he is
Like, can he even beat Tyreek Hill?
he's a real fast individual. Okay.
I don't even think I would put my money on Tyreek Hill above Ted Ginn. So if that's the case, then you can't beat
Well,
everybody.
the thing is that he said he'll race anyone for 10K right now. And guess who tweeted back?
Who?
Matthew Bowling. He said, bet.
No way. Did he really come after him like that?
He really answered the tweet and said, bet.
Really? Wow, that's bold.
So the thing is that Bowling, he has been an absolute he's viral right now. After he ran a 100-meter dash, people say wind aided, which the wind was to his back. He ran into 9.98 in April. Okay.
Good Lord.
And apparently, Keenan, that wasn't eligible for the record books because the 4.2 meter per second wind
Yeah.
aided him.
Aided him. Yeah. So realistically, he probably ran like a 10, maybe like 08, something like
I
that.
don't care though. I don't care, bro. A 9, bro.
I mean, still, the fact that even with the win, you as a high schooler, you can get below the 10s, like, that's incredible.
Bro, a time is a time, bro. Wind or not, bro. I don't care. Like, that's like people saying, well, he barely won. Okay, well, a win's a win. You're going
Exactly.
and I'm not. Like, I don't understand. Okay, I can understand the
I mean,
technicality but
yeah. I mean, there is it's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's one of those things where the win does aid you, but you can't really knock him for that because he can't help that. It's like similar to, I always think of baseball whenever when dudes be dropping bombs on a windy day, or when a bomb gets taken away from you because the wind's blowing in, and had the wind not been blowing in, you would have had a home run or something like that. So. Right. It's kind of one of those things where in sports you just really can't help the wind or not. So why does it really matter in track? But yeah, I don't know. Like, that's still
as a track star. Do you wish that you had more wind to your back when you were running?
Of course. Of course. You feel like you're absolutely gliding whenever you have the wind at your back. You can literally feel the difference. When the wind's blowing behind you, it makes such a world of difference versus if you're running into the wind.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. Or if there is no wind. Like when there's wind to your back, it literally feels like you're floating whenever you're running.
Well, first off, let me just tell you something about this guy. All right, he is from Texas. Okay, he's from
He's from
Houston.
Houston, right?
Yeah, Houston Strake. That's where he goes to school. Please, people, Google this guy, Matthew Bowling. I know that we put him on our stories before. This guy is absolutely, I mean, dang.
I mean, we just said it. He ran a 9.98. He's
He's an
flying.
honorary brother.
He's
He's honorary.
He already got his black card in the mail.
He got his black card in the first race.
The NAACP was just like, "Yep, put it in the mail. Put it in the mail."
Well, you know the dudes beside him were like, "Man, are you serious?" Like, yeah, bro, serious. Saw him at the Texas relays, man, on TV. This dude's unreal, dude.
Dude, that reminds me of this when I was actually running, and I was at the Texas relays, and there was another white kid from Cinco Ranch, which is in Houston as well. And this was like up until obviously this kid, this was the fastest white boy I ever seen in my entire life. He just to give you like a clue of how fast this kid was. So in the 4x2, so the 4x200, his team Cinco Ranch was like in 5th place or something like that. He was 3rd leg. And by the time he got the baton, everybody else was at the top of the corner of the track. By the time he was at the straightaway, he had passed everybody. Like he had caught everybody within 50 meters. I was like, and it was crazy because like you would watch him go. Like he got the baton and started running, and just gradually you just heard the whole entire stadium just going, whoa, just because it was like, oh my God, I can't believe he just caught everybody in 50 meters and passed them. Like it was absolutely mind blowing. I was like, this is the fastest kid I've ever seen in my entire life. I wonder whatever happened to him because I never saw him like in the Olympics or anything like that. So I always wondered what happened to him.
Well, the thing is that do you think that he has the ability to beat one of these NFL players like a Ted Ginn Jr., who's 34, by the way, and or like a Tyreek Hill, who is a junior Olympic track star in 2012 in Barcelona and won gold on his 4x100 meter relay team?
I feel like he could probably beat Ted Ginn, but I doubt he would be able to beat Tyreek. I would put my money on Tyreek any day right now. But Ted Ginn, I don't think so. Like, you're fast, but I don't know. It'd be close, but I feel like this kid would be able to, like, edge him out just a little bit.
Well, even before he even tries to race Ted Ginn, I'm pretty sure Ted Ginn's probably got some NFL players right now who are like, okay, put your money up right now. So
I'm sure Tyreek Hill is like that. If Tyreek Hill wasn't worried about everything else that he got to worry about,
he said, I got $10K for every person who want to race me, dude.
I bet you
bump on your face, man.
I bet. That's hilarious. You just referenced that. I bet you even Montez Sweat is just like, I'll take you up on that,
bro. For real, I'm trying to get 10K, bro. There's probably regular cats.
But the thing is like, obviously you don't have to pay the 10K, so you have everything to gain from it. Like I would even practice
if
for
you lose, you have to pay. You have to pay again.
Okay, well then no, I'm not trying. But I'm just like, you can't be saying like every regular Joe would be like, hey, let me do it if they have to pay 10K themselves.
I hope they got 10K in their pocket.
Nah,
they don't. To be continued, Matthew Bowling. I will continue to keep watching this guy, man. He is an amazing.
He's going to Georgia, right?
He is going to Georgia. So,
would you even go to college, like knowing that you're basically right on the cusp of like? I feel like you would do a year of college because you're not quite Olympic ready yet. Like still at a 9.98, like that's still not Olympic speed. is damn close, but it's not quite there yet. So you would probably do a year, maybe 2 of college, and you ain't got nothing else to lose anyway, since
If he's
the
gonna
Olympics
do
aren't until
something,
2022.
well, if he's gonna do something and he's gonna run track, he's in the best conference there is in the SEC. You know, obviously you've got great track programs there, like LSU, like
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas, notably, like a Texas A&M. Shout
Yep.
out to Portia Lucas. Uh, they just have great, you know, they just have a great history of track stars coming out of that particular conference. So him going
Especially
there,
sprinters.
yeah, he's going to get the top of the top competition. So
Mm-hmm.
like I said, we're going to see how he's going to, you know, fare off against that competition. But if it's anything like I've seen now, I don't think he's going to have any issues whatsoever. I don't think that he's going to get slower. Okay. He's
Yeah.
only going to get better. And so we'll definitely
Yeah.
figure
Hopefully,
this
he can keep progressing.
Absolutely. And you being an X track guy, I figured that you would be, you know, into this. So, hey, we got to keep an eye on this cat.
No, I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out for him, because that's, I mean, for him to be running a 9.98 in high school, and even his 400-meter, which he was known for that first, right? Like, he just started running the 100-meter dash this year, correct?
Exactly.
And so for him to just now hop into that and be literally the fastest kid, but even his 400 time is like insane. Like his comeback that he's like gotten so much praise for and all that. He ran a 44.74.
Wow.
Like, that is absolutely mind blowing for a high schooler. Like, that's only a second and a half off the world record, and he's in high school.
The dude's
Like,
blazing.
that's insane to me.
The dude is blazing, bro. And it's not even a question that he is going to be a top tier
Oh,
threat to
yeah,
be
he's gonna be elite.
in the SEC next year and in the world, period. I
Yeah.
mean, I can see it. You can't teach speed, obviously.
No.
And somebody like him, we're definitely going to be keeping the eye on him. But
Yeah.
Keenan,
Yes, sir.
I want to talk about the NBA lottery. Now, I was at the gym at the time when I was watching this, and of course, I had special interest in certain teams. I just want you to take a listen, okay, to our boy Stephen A. Smith, bro. He took the Twitter. Maybe he's on Instagram. I don't know. He had something to say.
Pause real quick though. Please tell me you saw that the video where someone put the baby face filter on Steve.
Yes. The baby face filter on Stephen A was the best. I love Snapchat, bro.
I was crying for like 10 minutes.
I watched it like 5 times this morning, bro.
It's so hilarious.
He's like, and Lamar Odom was on crack. Hey man, we gonna have to post that one, bro. We gonna have to post that one on Instagram,
yes,
bro.
we will. Like, if any of you listeners out there have not seen that, please look it up. You will not be sorry. You will be crying. I was literally crying for 10 minutes because it was so funny.
And Lamar Odom was on crack. This is little baby face, bro. Hilarious, bro.
Okay, sorry. Get back to
I'm not gonna lie,
it.
man. Stephen A has been on one. And this is Stephen A right after he found out that the Knicks were not getting the first pick.
Typical Knicks, man. I knew it. They get close. They tease us. Then they want to get it done. I know the Knicks were denying it. I know the Knicks had everybody believing that if they got the number 1 overall pick, they were going to hold on to Zion. But I'm here to tell you, no matter what they tell anybody, they were thinking about moving that pick for Anthony Davis. They were at least thinking about it. Now I'm
Was that it?
I don't even know what else to say. Hopefully I calm down. My first take tomorrow morning.
Had your boy Stephen A. hot. Stephen A.
Yeah.
was hot. Damn! Damn!
He sounded like a player off a Street Fighter who was like got beat in a fight.
That dude, bro, Stephen A. was big bad, man. And
Yeah, that sucks for the Knicks. I can't. You know, they had to have their hopes up, hoping that they would get that number 1 pick so they could get Zion, and for it to get snatched up underneath them. They were hurt. I was seeing a whole bunch of videos of people's reactions once it got announced, like when it was going from 5 down to 1, and when it got to 3 and they got announced, everyone was just like, "Oh!" like hands all up in the air, like people were distraught.
I mean, the thing is that okay. Let me just go through a few funny tweets, man, that I came across. Okay, on Twitter from at Shelby Fiegel, she goes, "I'm mourning for Zion Williamson right now. I'm trying to figure out if he can return back to Duke next season, so the Knicks can have another chance at the first round pick."
That means that they're hoping that the Knicks do so bad again that they have a chance at the number 1.
That's exactly right. And as a Knicks fan, why would you even want to suffer like that for another year, bro?
I know, right? Just to get Zion, who might blow out another shoe.
Oh God. Okay, here's another one. Here's another good one. From at Montezilla. He goes, laughing emoji. My mama talking about, come on, Saints. People don't even know New Orleans got a basketball team like that. Come on, bro.
He said they don't even know if they got a basketball team.
They don't, bro. She said, come on, Saints. I mean, you just think about some of this stuff, man. And, you know, when I was watching the NBA lottery picks, you know, obviously I had special interest in, you know, certain teams, especially the Knicks. The Lakers end up getting the 4th pick.
Like a 4th pick, right?
Yeah, that's right. They end up getting the 4th pick. The Pelicans getting the 1st, with the Memphis Grizzlies getting the 2nd. Now,
who got 5th?
I'm not too sure off the top of my head. Maybe the Atlanta Hawks. You may want to check that out. I don't know.
Okay.
You may want to check that out. But in all seriousness, man, I think this is a good, you know, move for the NBA to have him go to the Pelicans. Now, obviously, it would have been great for him to go to the New York Knicks. I think that's what everybody was thinking. You know, with them having a 14% chance of getting the 1st pick overall, you know, it hurts. You know, it hurts that, you know, you don't get Zion Williamson. But at the same time, I still think that you're going to get a quality basketball player that's going to come to your program. And you may even have a chance to get Anthony Davis after all.
This is true.
You know, figure out a way to get rid of that 1st pick and get Anthony Davis. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot to be seen, and I think that that's the best part about the NBA right now is that there's so much drama within the season that has nothing to do with
the actual game,
the actual games at all.
Do you actually like the lotto, though? I kind of think it's ridiculous.
Oh, in a sense, I think that the worst team should get it, but
yeah,
I also know, because Mark Cuban came out and said it, teams bomb on purpose. So should I reward a team for losing basically on purpose and them allowing them to get the 1st round pick overall? That's my only counter to that.
But I guess I see where he's coming from, and that makes sense to a degree, because to me, I mean, now that you say that, basketball is the one sport where you could bomb on purpose and lose as many games as possible, because, I mean, because it's like, why does no other sport do that? Why does football not have a lottery? Why does baseball
Exactly.
not have a lottery? It's like because it's so hard to purposely lose in those in those
Exactly.
sports.
Exactly.
So but that kind of goes to show you like how individualistic basketball is just in general. The fact that you can literally have players like not play well or something like that, and you could lose games like on purpose.
That's 100% true, man. I mean, they didn't even win 20 games this year, which
Ooh, that's
my
gross.
eyes,
Seriously?
dude, there's 82 games a season, and you guys are professional basketball.
You can't even win 20
Team
games?
should be able to win 20 freaking games. I don't care what you say. I had this conversation with my dad like probably 2.5 weeks ago. I said, how the heck are you a professional basketball team and you can't win 20 games? And his, how he says, he's like, well, there's just teams that are just better than others. I mean,
That's disgusting.
Everybody's got to be bad. I go, dude, you can't.
Ain't nobody that bad.
Exactly, bro.
That's bad.
And we will be putting a poll up, guys. Do you really think that players just give up? Or do you think that players are really just not as talented as the next guy? I don't believe it. I refuse to believe that the top, basically, in a sense, the top 1% of all athletes who end up playing professional sports, whether it be NBA, NFL, MLB, whatever it may, I refuse that they're that bad. Even on the worst teams, I refuse that there's a group of players on that team that they can't even win 20 games in a season, bro. That's
okay.
ridiculous.
Well, then I guess we'll put it like this, because this is something that we're gonna get to a little bit later, but we touched on in the first episode on opening day. So what's the equivalent of basically being so bad, like in basketball, that you can't even win 20 games versus those baseball teams where they lose over 100 games?
Bro,
Like
I
are
think
they
it's just pure
which is
effort.
worse? Like which is worse?
Man,
I would
I'm
almost say
sorry, man.
basketball because
I would hate to go through a whole season of baseball and lose 100 games, bro.
I would too, but I would say it's less shameful in baseball just because baseball is so hard.
Yeah.
Like scoring runs and getting hits is so hard, you know what I mean? Versus, scoring in basketball.
Bro,
You know what I mean?
You out there getting dogged, bro. Like every night. Like Vegas basically won 17 times. Okay. Especially if you're going on the money line. I'm almost serious. Like, I think the Knicks had 17, 18, and 19 wins, somewhere in there. Okay. I know that they didn't have 20 wins this season.
God, that's so terrible.
Like, who are you? If you were in Vegas betting on the damn Knicks every night, what kind of bankroll do you have? That's what I want. What kind of bankroll do you have, and who's getting what kind of information are you receiving? Because that's terrible. If you were hitting the money line on the Knicks every night trying to get that come up,
Yeah,
bro, it's just not happening ever. You know what I mean? And I feel sorry for the guy. There's a New York Knicks fan who tatted Zion on his leg in the New York Knicks symbol. Yeah, we need to find that guy, put him on the show, because I want to ask him what he's going to do for that cover-up tattoo. Yeah, he tatted Zion on his leg in the New York Knicks logo. Zion.
Maybe he can get like a pelican coming by to swoop up the K. Like up, swipe. like you just see you see this big ass pelican just with like the K like in its mouth.
Bro, that's what I'm trying to figure out, man. What the hell was this guy thinking, man? Like,
it's like those people who get those tattoos of like, oh, so and so champions whatever year, and then they don't win the championship.
bro,
It's the same thing.
It really is, man. But
people do stupid stuff.
A couple more tweets here before we move on to the next segment, man. Our boy at Johnny Appleseed. He goes, after Zion's first year in New Orleans from eating all that good Louisiana food, he puts up a picture of Zion that looks like this. That's Zion. And dude, overweight and just looking
like Frank Thomas.
My thing is, why they got Zion Ball, bro? They got Zion balling, bro. Like, dang. Another tweet that said from Contra Hour, Zion Williamson becomes a Patriot tight end because he does not want to play for the Pelicans.
God.
Too much, man. People out there, we want to know, what do you think about Zion Williamson going to the Pelicans? What do you think about the whole NBA draft lottery period? We want to talk about it, but Keenan, we have some sweet tea bets. Or no, actually not sweet tea bets, excuse me. We have some MLB bold predictions that we must go.
Yeah, just a little, do some updates on the bold predictions that we made, or that I guess I made in the first episode.
Yeah, you made a few of these. I know I made a few of these too, but
yeah,
you made some real bold predictions.
Yeah, I did. It was some of them I'm not too far off on. Some of them I completely bombed so far. So
okay,
yeah.
First thing is first. One of your bold predictions that you made this year is that Chris Davis, the other Chris Davis with the Oakland Athletics, will hit 247 for the fifth consecutive year and 50 home runs. Keenan, he's currently at 248 and he has 12 home runs. Do you still want to take that prediction?
I'll take the batting average prediction. The home runs, not so much, because, well, as we can already tell, he's batting 248, so he's literally 0.01 off of that right now.
Not bad. Not bad.
So he's in the range. So, as long as he stays in the range, I think I got a chance. The 12 home runs, though, right now, like the 50 home runs, I don't think he's going to get there just because he's been battling injury. Like, he actually just went out tonight because he re-injured his hip. He'd been working through a hip contusion earlier this month, which had him out for a few days. Tried to come back tonight and play, and during one of his swings, you could tell he grimaced and everything. And so I actually think he's going to go on the 10-day IL, which he might actually stay on that even longer than 10 days. So the 50 home runs, I don't think is happening, but the 247, I do think is still in play.
All right, cool. Trey Turner will have 60 stolen bases this year. Right now, he's at 6.
Yeah, that's not happening. He got hurt in the 4th game of the season and just came back this week. Like, he missed so many games. I don't think it's going to happen anymore. Like, if he hadn't got hurt, I would have been resound with my choice in predicting that, because he had already had 5 before he left in the 4th game. So in 4 games, he already had 5 stolen bases. So he was well on track to 60 before he got hurt. But since then, I don't think he's going to get there.
Okay. Joey Gallo breaks the single season strikeout record of 223. Currently, he's at 64.
Yep, that's happening. That is happening. He's actually tied with Bryce Harper, at least going into tonight. Both of them had 63, so I guess Joey Gallo struck out again tonight. But before I left the office, I had looked, and both of them were sitting at 63. So that only leaves 160, which now, since he's got 164, that only leaves 159 more strikeouts for the rest of the season. He's going to get there.
Okay. We've got Matt Scherzer. Cut that out whenever I do. Matt Scherzer, 300 strikeouts for the season. He's currently at 87.
I think it's going to be tight. I don't know if he's going to get there or not. He's got 87 strikeouts in 10 starts. That's 8.7 strikeouts per game. Yeah, it's going to be a tight one. I don't know if he's going to get there or not. He's going to have a couple games.
Just remember that he was 300 on the dot last year. All you need is 301.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I think that one's close, though.
Shout out to CC Sabathia. He had 3,000 strikeouts this year. He reached it. I think this was my bold prediction, but I'll let you go ahead and elaborate. Maybe it was your bold prediction. I don't know. I can't remember. But the Reds will win the NL Central. Currently, they are in last place.
Yeah, I'm on that one. That was my prediction, and that's one where I was completely off. I misjudged that one. I thought the Reds are going to be a lot better than what they are right now. I don't know what's going on with them. I feel like their hitting coach needs to be fired or something like that because none of them seem to be hitting. You have Joey Votto, who is like a career like 300 hitter, and he's barely batting 200 right now. Yasiel Puig's batting horrendously. Jesse Winker, none of them are hitting. So I'm just wondering, is their hitting coach terrible? Like, what's going on here? Because I thought they would be honestly a lot better than what they are, but they're not. So I was off on that one. My bad.
Well, Keenan, you still have time to bounce back, but they're in last place, and I'm pretty sure they're going to stay there.
Yeah, I
And
think they are too.
this was the team that you said, man, they making all the moves.
Yeah, I was off, man. I was off.
Still a long season. Aaron Judge and Juan Carlos Stanton will combine for 100 home runs this year. Judge currently has 5 and Stanton 0.
Yeah, it's not happening either. Both of them have been hurt. I said they might have a chance at that if they didn't get hurt, and they've both been hurt. Stanton's only played 3 games. Judge has played 20 or something like that.
That's
So
correct.
it's that's not happening clearly because they just needed to be healthy in order to even stand a chance at possibly getting 100 home runs. So not gonna make that one.
Not going to make that one at all?
Nope. They're not even
Okay.
going to come close.
The Orioles and the Giants will combine for at least 100 wins.
100
Currently,
losses.
oh, excuse me. 100 losses. Can I just start over?
Sure.
Okay. The Orioles and the Giants will combine for 100 losses. Currently, the Giants are at 26.
Yep.
And the Orioles at 33.
So the Orioles, obviously, I think stand a great chance of surpassing 100 losses. Just like I thought.
Both have 100 losses. And I said combined. Well, they're almost there combined.
Well, no, I said individually they were going to have 100 losses, like 200 losses between those two teams alone. The Giants are actually doing better than what I thought they would be doing. So kudos to them because they actually only have 24 losses. I thought they would have like
sweet team bet on them. Because guess what? I said the Giants would be better than the Padres this year, and they still got a shot.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Yeah, we'll see. But actually, the Giants are doing better than what I thought they would be doing. So we'll see. But I do think both of them are still going to lose 100 games.
Well, the Giants only have 26 losses this year, and this leads us into the Padres will make the wild card game this year. Currently, they're at 500, 24, and 24.
Yeah, they're in the mix. I mean, they're in third place in their division right now, which I don't think the Arizona Diamondbacks are going to be keeping up with what they've been doing. Like, the Arizona Diamondbacks weirdly kind of have, like, one of the best offenses in the league right now, which is strange because you look at that lineup and you're like, how? So I don't see them being able to sustain that. So I think the Padres will end up kind of taking back over, especially once they get Fernando Tatis Jr. back. So we'll see. But I think they're in the mix of the wild card race right now. We'll see how the rest of the season shakes up, but they're in it still.
Absolutely. And last but not least, the Dodgers will miss the playoffs. The Dodgers are currently in first place at 32 and 17.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. They're definitely going to win that division and go into the playoffs.
And I think I said they would win the division, Keeney.
I think you did too, so yikes.
Well, it's looking
My bad.
good. It's looking pretty good for me.
For
right
you.
now.
Yeah. I mean, I was off on that one. But we missed one. If we can go back to that one really quick because it's actually one of my favorite ones.
Okay. The Royals trio, Mondesi, Merrifield, and Hamilton will combine for more stolen bases than any other team.
Yep. And you know how many combined bases they have together?
How many do they have?
They have 33. There's only one team with more stolen bases than them, and that's the Chicago White Sox with 34. Every other team has 31 stolen bases or less. So between those three, they've literally stolen more bases than any other team except for the Chicago White Sox.
Mm.
So they have, like, as a team, the Royals have 47 stolen bases. So they're just like literally they're doing what I thought they would do, which is just run all over the base paths. But it's really cool because Alberto Mondesi, he has 17 of those stolen bases, which is insane considering he's got all those stolen bases, yet he's got all these extra base hits as well. Like he's got 12, no, he's got 10 he's got 10 doubles, he's got 6 triples, and he's got 5 home runs. So with all those extra bases, he's still managed to steal 17 bags right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they're definitely. I think my prediction where I said that those three will combine for 120 stolen bases, I think it's still on track right now.
Well, I think that you've got a chance, but here's my biggest thing. The Dodgers are in first place. Told y'all, bro. I know
that's because Cody Bellinger is like off the chain right now. The man's batting over. He's batting over 400.
Bro, he's doing his thing right now. And you know what? For the exception of that, I wish that he would have brought that heat last year in the World Series, but obviously that did not happen. But hey, Cody Bellinger's going to have a great hot season. I do expect him to cool off, but at the same time,
he has to.
We need to bring that same energy. And I say we because
I was like, why are you saying we?
I like the Dodgers. I'm not saying I'm a Dodger fan, but I do like the Dodgers. I kind of want to see them get over the hump. So
I was like, why do you like the Dodgers so much?
I like Cody Bellinger, but at the same time, I really like the deal that they have out in right field. Okay, with the all-you-can-eat hot dogs and popcorn, peanuts, and nachos.
So the stadium won you over.
Yeah, the stadium won me over, even though I think it's a dump. But
it is a dump stadium.
But the right field, it goes hard. If you get a ticket out in right field, you get unlimited nachos, dogs, peanuts, sodas,
popcorn.
I think that's it.
Yeah, probably. Do they? They don't give away free water, do they?
No,
probably not.
Hell no.
But it is a pretty sweet deal.
Who's trying to drink water when you can have unlimited soda?
People who aren't trying to just explode.
Like that's me. I'm trying to get in that thing, man. I got my bold prediction for this week.
Okay.
I think that the Raptors are going to be the first ones to win on the road against the Bucks. Also on the 25th of May, you've got Barcelona versus Valencia in the Copa del Rey as they look to get their second piece of hardware for the season.
Is that even a bold prediction? Or is that even a bold? Like, this isn't a bold prediction.
It's not a bold prediction. I'm just letting everybody know on the 25th that you need to tune in to Barcelona as they go in and just beat the brakes off of Valencia right quick.
I was like, is that even going to be aired over here?
Yes, it's going to be aired, man. Come on, man.
What on BN Sports?
It could be on BN Sports. It could be on FS1. It could be.
Nobody has BN Sports.
Okay, maybe I'm the only person that bro. But if you guys want to watch it, make sure to email us at sportsdrinkclub@gmail.com. That's GRANK. I'll let you know where you can find it. I'll send you some links, but I'm very excited to see Barcelona going and, get the Copa del Rey, going to get a second piece of hardware and move on to next year. And also shout out to some of the other teams since it was championship week last week.
God, Manchester City beat the brakes off of Watford.
Manchester City winning 4 cups.
It was 6-0. I cannot.
They won 4 pieces of hardware.
Wait, what all did they win?
They won 3 domestic cups and they won their league.
I didn't know there was that many domestic cups in England.
Yes, there's 3.
I thought there was only 2.
No, they won 3 domestic cups and they won their league. They won 4 pieces of hardware this year, man.
Good Lord.
They really did go hard. You've got the Bundesliga. You got the Bundesliga. Bayern Munich end up winning their league this year, which was really tough, man.
Yeah, I was disappointed in that.
That was pretty tough. Shout out to Frank Ribery and Ian Robin as they are going to be retiring. Shout out to
Legends.
Peter. He's going to
Who?
be retiring. Peter Cech is going to be retiring as well, man.
Oh, I forgot he was still playing.
Yeah. Also watched PSG this past weekend as they won their league. Who cares? And Juventus winning the Supercoppa, which is another domestic cup in the Italian Series A league. They end up winning their second cup this year. So shout out to all those Juventus fans as you brought home a couple pieces of hardware yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 25th Copa del Rey. We got to win.
Right.
Man, got to feel good about something this year, man. We got bounced out in the Champions League, man. I got to hang my hat on something, bro. But can you tell the people where to find us, man?
All right. So on Twitter and Instagram, you can find us at Sports Strength Club. And you can listen to us, the podcast, on Apple Podcasts. You can find us on Stitcher. You can find us on Sods. You can find us on Cast. You can find us on Castbox, Google Podcast, any of those main podcast directories you can find us on. And also you can, as Patrick has alluded to a couple times in this episode, you can also email us at sportstrengthclub@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Any suggestions, any thoughts on how you think the show is, any sort of feedback. We'd love to hear from you. And please rate us, review us on any of the podcast directories, please. It would be very helpful for us. So, yeah, any sort of feedback and your thoughts would be much appreciated.
Absolutely would like to hear your feedback, and we definitely do answer our emails.
Yes, we do.
We actually do. The few that we have received, we have answered.
Yes, we have.
We plan on having some more guests here in the future. Please go back and listen to our last episode of the college football with Andrew McClary. That was a really great one. We appreciate him coming on the show, and we look forward to for him to coming on, again at some point in time. But Keenan, as always, I know that we did not announce the type of drinks that we were having tonight, but I am having a Texas whiskey tonight.
I like it. It was a new one, right? I had never heard of it before.
By the name of Caliber. It's out of Houston, Texas.
Nice.
I was sipping on that. It is a mid-tier whiskey.
There you go. There you go. I like the packaging. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah, man, it was pretty cool, man.
It's different.
Smooth little whiskey.
It's very Texas-like, Caliber, obviously, guns. There you go.
Get your peanut out.
Yeah. I mean, I was drinking on tequila. I was almost done with this bottle here.
I've been working on that since Cinco de Mayo, son.
Herradura. Herradura. It's pretty delicious, actually. It's pretty smooth. I'm not the biggest tequila person, but I can drink this because it's delicious, actually. So, for all you tequila fans, I definitely recommend this one.
Absolutely. And I know that we've been saying it a few times, but we will be having our Breakfast of Champions tournament at some point in time. We're trying to figure out how we're going to do that. It will be fun. It'll be a heck of a tournament, man. We want you to send your best breakfast dish. We're going to have a all-out tournament, okay?
All right.
Whoever wins gets a prize. We don't know what the heck it's going to be, but we definitely need some sponsoring. Hey, I am one half member of the Sports Drink Club. My name is Patrick Melton, along with my co-host Keenan Duke. Drinks up. And
all right, man.
Next time.
Yes, sir. I'll catch you later.